Let's start the show. There we go. Hey everyone, I'm Jeff from InThirdPerson.com, a personal look at video games, board games, and other nerdy pursuits. And we are playing Tetris 99 this morning on the Nintendo Switch. And as you can see, this menu looks very different from the last time we streamed it. And that's because Tetris 99 2.0 is out. And they've made a lot of adjustments, and they've added some new modes. They've added a lot of new skins, for example. So, like, they've got a lot of skins you can unlock with daily tickets. I think we're going to play mostly Invictus mode today, but we're going to play with the Tetris 99, or the Legend of Zelda theme, because I've unlocked that one already. And we're going to play mostly Invictus mode today, which is a mode where only people who have won Tetris 99 are able to play it. And it's because, one, you're playing against really, really good people who are good enough to win in a regular Tetris 99 match. And also, the blocks fall faster. They fall considerably faster in this mode. So this will be a really interesting test. I've only played this mode 2 or 3 times so far, and I've not won yet. I have gotten top 10, but it is definitely a challenge, much more so. Like, if you already thought Tetris 99 in its regular mode was hard, this is next level stuff. So, let me get comfortable here. We're about to get cracking. Need one other person to join the game, and then we'll go. So yeah, I was not planning on streaming today. I think I've got some time right now. And I guess let you guys listen into this new music as well. Original music just for Tetris 99. Well, an original it is a remix exclusive to this game of the classic Zelda theme. Oh, I should have put that piece right. Oh man. Woo! Rough start. And the attacks are coming in hot. We might get bounced early here. Wow. Jeez, look at all these blocks stacked up so quickly. So yeah, some major changes to Tetris 99. They've got this Invictus mode. They've got new skins, new themes. If you bought the DLC, the Big Block DLC, the second half of that is out now, which includes it includes like a 2-player versus CPU and a local arena mode where everybody has their own Switch and they're playing their own instance of Tetris 99 against one another. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. I'm cracking so hard right now. Also, this music is blasting in my ears way too loud. Another configuration issue that I'm going to need to sort out here in just a second. And I'll show you how I fix that. Some really high-tech stuff. Oof. Terrible run. Alright, so here's how I fix the audio issue with my headphones. They're just off. They're on the floor. Unfortunately, I won't be able to listen to the music. That's okay. That's okay. I rushed this one out. I was so fixated on getting the stream up today to test the graphics card and its ability to just do the streaming part that I didn't configure the audio. It's different in Tetris 99 than Paladins, which I was streaming yesterday, and that's why I am where I am. So that's why the headphones are too loud, and that's okay. We will carry on. I see this camera's not like aligned either. Let me move that over here. Center it a little better. Okay. So that was a terrible first run. I apologize, but also this mode is full of killers. Just legit starting to get attacked straight away. But let's see. I usually get at least 1 win per stream. I'm not so certain I'm going to be able to pull that off this time with the difficulty of Invictus mode, but fingers crossed. We'll do what we can to put some W's on the board. Although, wow, oh geez, we might have put ourselves in a bit of a jam here. Okay, bring it down, bring it down. Maybe I'll show you guys some of the other modes as well, like if you've been curious about the Big Block DLC, or curious about getting the physical version, which also includes the DLC. I'll show you a little bit of that as well. Mostly Invictus mode, though. Let's try and get some wins here. But yeah, how you guys doing? Doing at the moment? I keep saying this morning, like what time it is, but I understand that people are watching from Twitch all over the world, and I've been fortunate enough to get a number of viewers from different parts of the world, Europe, Australia, and like it's just not the same time zone, so I can't use that language when I'm on here. This is a global platform. Okay, we're doing alright so far. I think we've already bested what we did in that last game. Hey, and we got a KO. That's good. Well, yeah, yesterday, after the stream, the Paladins one, my wife and I... What did we do? Oh, we went to our local farmer's market. It's something we've been talking about for a really long time. It's not that far from the house, and we just never got around to it. And we did this time, and I bought some potatoes. I know this sounds like the most fascinating stream conversation, but it's something. We bought some potatoes, fresh potatoes from local farmers. We bought some dessert for dinner that night. We were going to visit the in-laws, which we did. And we got these tarts. I chose the... What did I choose? There were two tarts. There was pecan and carrot cake, and they were delicious. So shoutouts to whoever that farmer was. I should have gotten their names so I could give them a proper shoutout on the stream, but unfortunately I do not remember who they are. Other than that, like, it's just been... Oh, we played a board game as well. I know I don't talk about board games as much here on the stream, but it is something that I cover on my website, in thirdperson.com, and we played this card game that we bought at Walmart, of all places. Walmart in the US has been pretty decent for board games in the last few years. They've really stepped up. Walmart in Canada is not nearly as caught up in that regard, but they do have some good games. Like, you can buy Catan and Ticket to Ride and Pandemic at Walmart here in Canada, but they were selling this game called Trash Pandas. Oh, Adventure Rules. Hey, Ian, how's it going? Yeah, just as you were coming in, I was talking about this new card game. I don't know how new it actually is, but it's new to Walmart. From the last time I was there. It wasn't there before. This card game called Trash Pandas, where you are playing as raccoons who are collecting food and shiny objects from the garbage can. And it's actually a surprisingly cool game. It's a really fun theme, and it's got some nice art, just really playful art, and it's a really simple set collection and press your luck sort of game. And yeah, it's really nice, like, lightweight game, but still has... Aw, man. Oh. You're doing well, wrapped up in a blog post. How am I? That sounds like a neat little game. Yeah, it's... Oh, man, the cards are upstairs. So the way the game works is that you are... There's cards. There's a deck of cards that represents a trash can. And some of the cards are, like, different types of food, different types of shiny objects, and they serve a double purpose. So cards can be stashed away, like you run back to the woods and you put them away in your collection, or you can use them. Each card has an ability as well, so you can play those, but then you lose the opportunity to score points off of them. So as you're rolling the dice, you are rolling the die to try and get a different action, and the challenge is, if you roll the same thing twice, you bust and you're out. So it's kind of this risk reward of you're trying to roll as many unique numbers as you can to get as many actions as you can, but if you go too far, you might bust and not get anything. So you have to balance that out, and then you're running your actions to try and stash away the cards that cost the most, while also doing actions to get better points, or like to mess over your opponents and stuff. And so yeah, you can get it, like, at least in Canada, you can get it at Walmart, so it's really easy to find. And we are playing Invictus mode in Tetris 99, so this is the new mode where only people who have won Tetris 99 before can play. And besides the kind of the matchmaking of putting really good people together, it also, the blocks drop faster. So this is a much tougher game to win. I have not won yet, but I've only played like 3 or 4 games now. So I don't know if we're actually going to win in Invictus mode today. I usually try and win at least 1 per stream in regular Tetris 99. Invictus mode, I don't know if it's going to happen, but we're going to try. We will try. Speed is really king here, and trying to keep everything sorted out. And wrapped up in a blog post. What are you writing about, Ian? I've got some writing to do too. I want to write a review for Trash Pandas, and there's some other stuff I want to write. Although I'm in a weird spot. Like, I have these spurts where I will write 2 or 3 posts in a day. I just get these ideas, and the ones that feel really good just come out really fast. And I try and only post 1 post a day. I don't think it's worth posting more than that. If anything, I don't even think it's worth posting daily. As long as you're consistent, that's the important thing. Like, if your schedule is 3 times a week, make it 3 times a week. But I don't think it's critical to post every single day. And yet I post every single day just because I have diarrhea of the brain or something. I just have a lot to say. But now I've hit such a logjam where I have, like, the next month and a half of posts already locked in. And it doesn't really make sense for me to write. Like, I still have the itch to write, but it doesn't make sense for me to write stuff that's immediate term. So I've been trying to focus on stuff that I can publish at a later date. But I will say the attacking on me has been way more aggressive in this particular mode of Tetris 99. I like it. I think that going forward, I will be playing this mode on my own time. I maybe for the purposes of my ego, I might just stick to regular Tetris 99 for streaming so I can at least win now and then. Not gonna lie. But I like the challenge of this, and in particular I like the speed. Because I never feel threatened by how fast the blocks go in regular Tetris 99. Versus here, once you get to that sort of top 30 level, it's where I want to be. From a speed perspective. Though I know for most people, that level of Tetris speed is just untenable. Like, don't even bother. And I don't blame you for feeling that way. Or blame people for... 51. Ugh. Not good showings here. And Ian says, next chapter of my Pokemon Nuzlocke series. I basically have 3 series going on right now. The Pokemon Nuzlocke series, the Fire Emblem 3 Houses coverage, and the Blogger Blitz. But since I can't write Blogger Blitz until the other bloggers do their parts, I'm getting ahead and writing the post for the week after this coming week. That's good. Yeah, getting ahead of your blog post is such an important part of the blogging experience. Just because, like, if you want to stay consistent, the reality is people don't have the time to just write every single day and then post it as they're done. The trick is really scheduling and writing stuff that you can post later so that during days when you can't write and publish, it's just ready to go. And yeah, I've definitely been reading your Fire Emblem stuff. You've got some really interesting stuff there. Breaking down some of the deeper, more confusing mechanics of the game. And I apologize, I'm trying to get the positioning of this webcam just right. So yeah, for anybody interested in checking out Ian's stuff with the Pokemon Nuzlocke Fire Emblem challenge, I know, Ian, you can't post links. I think I can, though. I will drop a link in the chat, although possibly very soon, because I might be dead already. Oh my goodness. Wow. We have started really poorly, and I don't know if I can recover from this, depending on how messy. Okay, looks like the attackers have cooled off, so we can breathe a little bit. I believe the URL is adventurerules.blog. I could be wrong. I mostly read you through the reader. And I see, Ian, you've got a big message here. I will read that as soon as things cool down here. Yep, adventurerules.blog. Okay, nice. You found the workaround around automod. I found a way for me to work around automod so that you can post links. There's a particular command which will let stuff go through for a user temporarily. And yeah, speaking of Fire Emblem, I've started to cool on it a bit. I'm still playing. I'm past the twist with the Blue Lions, and I just played the first mission where everybody's different now, and I think I've just been like before it's been I need to play Fire Emblem. It's the only thing I want to do ever, and now I've hit a point now that I think because I've played so much that I'm just like if there's other things that come up, I'm okay with doing other things, which is probably a good thing. I don't know if I'm gonna finish all 3 campaigns. I think the one I'm most concerned with is my streaming one. I don't know if I want to stream that 3rd campaign all the way through, just because not that I don't want to play it, period. It's just there's other things coming up, and yeah, I've got a lot of soul searching to do in terms of, do I want to finish that campaign for the stream? A lot of factors to consider. Alright, can we get top 50? Oh, geez, not playing like that, though. No. Ah, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. These are unforced errors we are making right now. Let's see if we can clean some of this up. Okay. That's understandable for sure. I feel like if I wasn't playing for the blog, I'd move on to other things. Uh-oh, this is really bad. Wow. Okay, we got to 40th. We are climbing the ladder. Steady improvements. But wow, this mode is tough. What keeps me motivated to play is I'm still compelled by some of the mechanical aspects of the game, so I can get some fun out of it, skipping the cutscenes I've already seen, and only playing the battles and doing support convos. Yeah, I think the big one is the support conversations. Like, there's so many, and they just hit in a way where it completely kills the pace of the game, because then all of a sudden you're sitting through 20 minutes or half an hour of just support conversations, but then those are the most, like, unique parts of each run, and that's the reason why you play that game over and over again. And so going through those has been somewhat of a challenge, especially on stream, where, like, I think it makes for a bad stream of me just, like, watching half an hour of cutscenes, but, like, at the same time, that's the stuff I need to see that are unique to that playthrough. So it's tough. Oh, totally, the support conversations are paced terribly. Yep. So I think I will stream it for at least a couple more weeks till Link's Awakening comes out. I don't know if I'm going to do a full playthrough of Link's Awakening. I think the challenge with that is I'm very likely to get stuck, and you guys don't need to see me play that game with an FAQ out, trying to figure out how to get around each time I get stuck. But I will stream that game for sure. We'll stream it at least a couple of times. Maybe I'll just, like, have a personal run, and each time I stream it, you'll just see how much progress I've made in the meantime. Yeah, like, I have discovered this year, because, like, last year when I was streaming, I was just doing kind of ad hoc one-off streams, that playing a game from beginning to end on stream is really hard. It introduces a number of weird logistical challenges that only happen if you are trying to play this game at a set time with an audience. And we're going to lose again. Jeez. Terrible runs here. I mean, we're still technically in this, but nah, we're out. Yeah, that definitely seems like it would be complicated. Hey, we got a new player icon. But it's kind of demoralizing. Like, I'm used to playing Tetris 99 and finishing top 10 every single time, and that's not happening right now. Yeah, it's weird. And, like, on one hand, it took me, what, 5 months to beat Paper Mario. On the other hand, left to my own devices, I wouldn't have played that game at all, and I would have missed it completely. So yeah, there's a little give and take. And then you're also trying to pick stuff that people want to watch. And I think that's been an interesting learning for me on Twitch, is, I guess, the reality that some games are more lucrative to stream than others, I will say. And it's not entirely... There's, like, no general rule of thumb. Like, I don't know, certain people can make certain games work, but not everybody can. Like, I think, to one, Tetris Effect, for example. Tetris Effect is a phenomenal game, was reviewed very well, even got Game of the Year at a couple of outlets. I know Giant Bomb named it their Game of the Year. And I would consider myself to be a pretty good Tetris player, and a pretty good streamer of Tetris games. But nobody cares about Tetris Effect on Twitch. Like, when that game, if you search for the search results right now on Twitch, it's probably less than 10 people watching. It's not common for there to be 0 people watching Tetris Effect. And it's just a game that people don't want to watch streamed. And even if I'm the best Tetris player in the world, like, there's just not an appetite for that game. So there's, like, no point in streaming that game unless I really want to do it. And I think my motivations are a little more complicated than that. Tetris 99 does get an audience, though. I think that, on average, Tetris 99 does the most views for me, and it's a lot of fun to stream. I enjoy playing it. I would play this game non-stop anyway. So it kind of fits a happy balance for me. But at the same time, it's also... This is a game where people want to watch it played on Twitch. Yeah, I think understanding the fact that Twitch... Or, like, even online, like... I guess it depends. One, it depends on, like, what type of audience you're going for and the size of the audience you're going for. But then, like, also what they're interested in. I think the reality is Twitch, in large part, is men. I think the stat is, like, 80-something% of Twitch viewers are men of a particular age, and they have particular interests, and it can be hard to find an audience for certain games and certain types of things, just because of the realities of who uses the platform. And not making excuses here for my own performance or lack thereof, just kind of wrestling with the reality that you can't necessarily just do what you want to do, and that works. And I mean, it's not just the audience, it's the way the platform's built. It's the nature of streaming, and just the idea that it's different for... It's different to ask someone to check out my blog post at their own time. They can go to their reader. It's only a couple of minutes of commitment whenever I want, versus I'm watching the stream and I have to be here live to experience that thing. Like, that's asking a lot from people. And so just the drop-off and of kind of that audience is way higher, and you need to do a lot more to get people to stick around and watch. Yeah, some of the games that really stood out to me when I was streaming them were... yeah, Tetris Effect was one. Like, I played that for a couple of nights around launch day, and literally 0 people showed up. Like, none. Spider-Man was one, and not to say these are bad games, and not to say that nobody was watching Spider-Man, because, yeah, Spider-Man was a really big single-player game, but that was one where there were so many people streaming it that I just got buried at the bottom, and people weren't checking for me all the way down there at the bottom of the Twitch listings. What other games did not do well? Oh, Anthem was one, and I was streaming that earlier this year. I bought it. I love BioWare, and I had hopes that that game would be better than what it ultimately turned out to be. But the audience for that game was just not there. There was so much toxic discussion about the game, and the audience just wasn't there for that. Nobody tuned into my stream, and sucks for me, but, like, I don't blame people for not wanting to watch Anthem. Because, yeah, in the end, that just wasn't a great game, and it wasn't a great streaming game on top of that. Okay, we are 39th. This is our best placing so far. Oh, but maybe there's probably a niche. There's probably a community. I'm pretty sure there is a community of people who are playing Anthem and streaming that game, and probably a couple of people who actually do really well streaming Anthem. It's just not the right fit for me. So what does that fit? I don't know. Okay, now as you can see, the blocks are now falling. I'm pretty sure this is faster than anything from regular Tetris 99. Uh-oh. No, no, no. Oh, geez. That was a really big mistake. That could have actually been way worse. Okay, now I am over-reliant on the line piece right now. Okay, I can cut that down just a little bit. Okay. Alright. Okay, hold on, Jet. Hold on. Yeah, once it gets to this speed, you kind of already have to know where that next piece is going. You kind of have to think a few blocks ahead, and it's just a matter of just dragging it to the other side and spin like crazy to give yourself a little more time on the ground. Oh, no, that's not going to go... Okay, so that didn't work. That could have killed me right there. That might be the move that does us in here. Nope, nope. Okay. Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And so, yeah, the way you build your structure also matters at this point, because there's going to be certain configurations where you just won't be able to drag your block over certain humps, and it's just, this is how you have to get it in there. Okay. Hang on, Jet. Hang on. Okay. Alright. Nope. Oh, okay, that squeezed in there. Kind of nice. Woo! Okay. Alright, we're in a pretty decent spot here. It's nice and low. And assuming I play clean... Yeah, going into top 10. This is we have 0 KOs, though. That's not good. So we get hit with a string of attacks like that. Now we're in trouble. Yeah, see, now it's so fast that they're just kind of blinking to the bottom. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, can we... Alright. Can we just get, like, one line piece? See, that's not gonna rotate. Okay. Hey, we finally knocked somebody out. Okay. There. Oh gosh, please send me your power. Oh no, this might... Okay. This is bad. This is bad. Can we get top 5? Oh, yes! Okay. Okay. See, now we can't... Yeah, now we're in big trouble. I mean, we've been in big trouble. Let's just hang on a little... Ah! Oh. Oh my goodness. Alright, post is done. Nice job getting this far. Thank you, Ian. Woo! We were close. We were close. If we can get this high, we can win. It's just... I also like the screen is just all... Realize it's all tombstones. 3rd place in Elite Tetris is pretty good. 4th place. But I'll take it. Yeah, top 5 in Elite Tetris is pretty cool. And congratulations on finishing your post, by the way. Oh, man, I had to catch my breath here. That was... Yeah, once you start getting to, like... And if you've seen other versions of Tetris, gotta love the Zelda music in the background. Yeah! It took me a little bit to warm up to it. I actually like... I like the Donkey Kong theme in the Zelda, or the Mario one as well. But I think this is probably the best of the 3. I haven't unlocked the other 2 yet. I watched a Game Explained video and saw the other 2. I will unlock those next. And there's a bunch of generic ones as well. It's nice that I think the single best reason to have Nintendo Switch Online is this game. I think Tetris 99 is a brilliant game, just a really interesting take on Battle Royale. And I love the fact that they could have stopped at launch when that game was just play against 98 other people and there was only one skin and that was it. They probably could have just done that till the end of time and people would have still played it. And for me, like, this has been the reason to subscribe to Nintendo Switch Online. Just this one game. And even now, with the new Super Nintendo games out, this, I think, is still the best reason to subscribe to Nintendo Switch Online. That said, I don't know if you've seen the news about the Nintendo Switch Online. Like, the good news, they surprised everyone. 20 Super Nintendo games at once. And then the bad news, which they kind of buried the lead, and they've only said it in Japan so far, is that those new release, the NES and SNES games will not come out at a regular schedule anymore. So that might be it for a while with those games, unfortunately. And we died. So far, I've barely used online at all, but I may actually play SNES games, especially if they add more of my old favorites. I think they will. I'm just concerned that, hey, we've added these new games, and yeah, they're not going to be scheduled going forward. So, or at least not consistently dropped. And that sucks really bad. Because it's probably just going to be dry for like 3-4 months at a time, and then they drop 1 or 2 games, and they go back to drip feeding them, and I mean, maybe I'm just freaking out before we really need to, but my gut says it's not going to be a good release pattern going forward. I have to admit, for some reason, I have this really weird, oh geez, feeling of nervousness going through my chest right now. Like, to the point where I'm, like, almost shaking, and I have no idea what this is. I don't know if it's the Tetris going really fast. I don't know if it was just my nerves being rattled from having almost won. But, like, normally, like, I know Tetris is a high-speed game that can be really intense. I'm usually pretty chill through it, but right now, I feel rattled, and I don't understand what's happening. And, like, I can't explain it, because it's not even the losing, per se, because, like, I lose more often than not in this game. Like, the reality is that's what's gonna happen when you play this game 99% of the time. And for many people, 100% of the time. I bet there's a sizable portion of the Battle Royale, like any Battle Royale game. Name it. Fortnite, PUBG, all those games. I bet I would almost go as far as to say the majority of people who play those games have never won once. And I think the math would suggest that is the case. And we're gonna lose here again. Alright, let's keep going. We can do this. If we can get the top 4, we can get to 1. Calm down, Jet. Calm down. If you're just tuning in, I'm Jet from inthirdperson.com. Personal look at video games, board games, other nerdy pursuits. We are playing Tetris 99 right now on the Nintendo Switch. We are playing Invictus mode, which is the new Elite Tetris for players who have won before. Only for players who have won a Battle Royale at least once. I think it's based on my own playstyle. I have a hard time staying dedicated to a game that I never won. And that's fair. It's actually, I wrote a post about this last year, about Battle Royales and why I think they're so popular. And I think the reason they're so popular is the opposite of what you're saying, actually. I think people look at it a different way. Because like, losing in online games, like, people don't take it well. You can look across every genre of game. Like, fighting games, like, there's a high penchant for people rage quitting those games. Team-based games, as soon as things go sideways, people rage quit, and then all of a sudden the people left holding the bag are completely screwed. This would be Call of Duty, Rocket League, Overwatch. It sucks. People don't like to lose and they just bail out. They want to keep their rankings. They just don't want to lose. And in Battle Royale games, I think there's a thing that happens where people rationalize the losing into I didn't lose. In the sense that 100 people drop into this battlefield and I finished 77th, for example. And they can say, no, let's say 75th. And they can say, I still did better than 25 other people. So it's not like you lost, period. It is I still did better than X number of people. And, like, I know I'm playing really bad right now. You can always say that, like, every time you play a Battle Royale game, and just the reality of, oh, people have to drop, or whatever reason, like, the odds of you actually finishing last place in a Battle Royale are almost impossible. And so there's always that thing where, like, even there, I just finished horribly. Like, 87th or something, I still did better than 13 other people. And for some people, being better than 13 other people is enough. And then Ian says, my wife just had that happen in Overwatch yesterday. 4 of her 5 teammates abandoned her in a comp match, and it still had her and her teammate fight against a full team of 6. Yeah, that's awful. Randy and I had that once, where it was just, like, us 2 and 1 other person in a ranked match, and it doesn't let you leave. And, like, that's not necessarily the fault of the game. Like, you kind of have to finish it out for... Or maybe just give the other team the win if everybody bails, but... Yeah, that feeling in Overwatch when your team quits on you and you have to sit there for the rest of the match just getting destroyed is not fun at all. Yeah, people don't necessarily have the sportsmanship for that. Like, hey, we're losing, but I don't want to stick around. And even like Dota or something like that, where those games can take, what, an hour to an hour and a half to play, and if things go bad early... you can kind of tell, like, okay, this is not worth it for me. So they just bail out and they start another game because it's not worth my time to sit through another 45 minutes to an hour of a game I know I'm going to lose. Randy says it happens to me too often. Yeah. And also, good morning, Randy. That makes sense, focusing more on how many people you beat rather than getting first. Yeah, I think that's part of it, because you can play with your friends in other games like Call of Duty and Overwatch. I think it's part that. I also think it's at least in the game like Fortnite, in those Battle Royale games where you're just alive for longer, and you kind of have a bit more control of that. I can hide in this bathroom, and I'm going to be alive for 10 minutes before someone kills me, versus I play Call of Duty and I get shot in the first 20 seconds. So yeah, I think there's some interesting psychological stuff happening there that no one's really talked about or studied. But I feel like that's a part of it. Just having played a number of competitive games online and trying to figure out what makes Battle Royale as a format different than the others that keeps people playing. Even though you're technically losing most of that player base is losing every single match, when we know across other games that people don't like to lose. It's interesting. And I think that's one of the fundamental challenges of fighting games as a genre. That's my favorite genre of game that I pretty much never stream anymore, unfortunately. But that is a game where just as soon as you hit you match up against someone, there's a 50% chance you're going to lose. Before you account for skill or anything like that. And once you do account for skill, that skill gap can be such that you will literally never beat that person on the other side. And it might rotate through hundreds of people, and you might lose to every single one of those people. And staying motivated under that reality is really hard. It's incredibly hard. And those games also have just like a really high skill ceiling, and they require a ton of homework. And even just to get like base level of enjoyment out of it, you're still trying to memorize special move commands, and you don't even understand, like, oh, this crouching light punch, I need to do this move when they get super in close. And like, there's a lot of learning on top of that I think is going to prevent people from ever adopting fighting games at like the same level as a Dota or a Call of Duty or a Fortnite, where Fortnite is like my first Fortnite game, and I talk about this a lot. Hey, Zerobi! Okay, hold on. What we are talking about here, because I'm hearing Battle Royale as a genre. Oh, what are we talking about here? Because we're talking about Battle Royale as a genre. And Ian, thank you for filling in the conversation there. And Zerobi, how you doing? I believe it's been a while since we last saw. Maybe I haven't seen you at all. I know I've seen the name before. How you doing today? And yeah, we were just talking about Battle Royale as a genre and why it's so popular, even though I'm pretty sure that the majority of people who play Battle Royale games have never actually won. Like, what is it about that game that people are okay with losing every time? Speaking of, I think we're about to take an L here. Okay. I think we hung on a little longer than I thought we would, but still not great. Not great. And yeah, I killed myself there. 37 in Invictus mode. Finally back. Yes, you're doing great. Awesome. Yeah, so where you been? Give me the quick, like, Cole's notes. I don't remember when the last time was I saw you. But how you been? What have you been playing? How's life? Any big life events? Birthdays? Did you get married? Girlfriend? Boyfriend? Like, what's going on? And yeah, so just so you're tuning in, we're playing Invictus mode right now in Tetris 99. This is the hardcore players only mode of Tetris 99, where only people who have won, who have achieved Tetris Maximus, can play in this mode, and the blocks go faster. So we have not won yet. We have gotten top 4. And we're going to try and get at least 1 win before we close this out. But it's hard, man. This is so much harder than regular Tetris 99. And yet, I'm going to keep playing. Even though, who knows how often I'm going to win this particular mode. Oh, man, this is terrible. Wow. Jeez, this is falling apart really. Oh, man. 92. Ugh. Went to Mexico for a week. We had summer school for a month, and now I'm in high school. Very busy for a fun summer. Oh, dude. Well, okay. Mexico. That sounds awesome. Tell me a little more about Mexico and what that experience is like. What like part of Mexico were you in? Were you mostly on the beach? Were you mostly sightseeing? Yeah, I want to know all these things. And you had summer school? Alright. How was that? And you're in high school now. Dude, that's huge. Congratulations on making it that far. And I really want to know what your high school experience is like. This means you're probably going to new school. How'd that feel relative to, like, were you scared going into it? Were you excited? And has it been what you thought it would be? I know I just threw like 800 questions at you there. Take your time to answer them. I've never been to Mexico, but I've heard some stuff, like some stories. There's a couple of viewers that watch the stream from time to time that are based in Mexico, and there's one streamer that I watch regularly, and he's a big supporter of the stream, Games Revolution Inc. And so if you're looking to watch streams in Spanish, definitely check him out. Haxo? Let me know how to pronounce that. Hello. Good morning. How you doing? Well, I don't know what time it is. How are you doing today? Really bad habit of mine, like the good morning, good afternoon. Like, I can't assume anything here on Twitch. Shasko. Alright, thank you. How you doing today? Yeah, we're just playing some Tetris 99 Invictus mode. Pretty much the hard mode of Tetris 99. Separating the what's that saying? The wheat from the chaff? I don't understand. I want to use the kids from the adults. There we go. Trying to get the gender pronouns out of that particular expression. And yeah, so we're just playing some Tetris. I'm guessing... I can't remember, Zerobi, I think you followed during a Tetris stream? And yeah, Shasko, are you a fan of Tetris 99? I'm gonna guess yes, but I don't know. Maybe you're just curious about the game and this mode. Maybe you are a Tetris expert. Like yesterday, we were streaming Paladins, and someone that came on stream was like a master level Paladins player, watching us scrubby Paladins players play. Separating the people who have won a match in Tetris. Okay, I will read that message in a sec. This is getting... My board is getting a little unstable here. Separating the people who haven't won a match in Tetris 99 from the people who have won a match in Tetris 99 doesn't roll off the tongue well. Yep. Agreed. And Zerobi, okay, Mexico was great. Went to a resort called Bahia Principal, and it was amazing. They had pools and a beach, great variety of food, lots of fun. Great. I have not really done the resort vacation. The go to a resort and just like hang out by the pool and enjoy the food. Like, it's usually like go to the place and just explore the city. But I think it would be nice to just kind of relax. Okay, I will make a note of that. I don't know if I have any plans on going to Mexico anytime soon, but I will write that down in the event that I do. And yeah, high school, tell me about it. What were your thoughts going in, and has it matched your expectations? Is it not as scary as you thought? Scarier than you thought? My favorite, like, just starting high school story when I was growing up was I had this classmate in my gym class. I can't remember his name, and I shouldn't say his name anyway. He was really short. Like, the shortest kid in I think, like, the shortest kid in my grade. And he was horrified at the idea of getting initiated by the bigger kids. And, like, there's one particular initiation in particular he was scared of. He'd heard that one of the initiations that could happen was to be paddled in the bottom by a cricket bat. And he was so horrified of facing that particular initiation that he would wear multiple pairs of pants. Like, I remember in gym class, we were changing, and he had on, like, 10 pairs of pants just to absorb the blows of a cricket bat hitting him in the butt. And of course it never happened. Well, I wouldn't say of course it never happened, because initiations do happen, but that never happened to him as far as I know. And then Shasko says, I don't play it, but I like it. Okay, cool. Well, it's cool. I mean, thank you for dropping by and enjoying it. I hope you enjoy the stream. I know I'm not performing as well as I normally do. In regular Tetris, I'm usually like top 10, but we're playing like hard mode Tetris right now. So this is a real challenge. I enjoy the challenge, though, and one of these days we're going to get it. And Zerobi says, for high school, I was excited for it and still very excited for the future. For me, despite a rough start because of how unorganized the school is, but still provides a lot for the students. Okay. Sorry to hear that the school has been unorganized. It's the first week or so of school, and sometimes it takes a bit for everyone to get back into their routines, but I hope everything gets sorted out soon. What do I also remember? Yeah, that first week of high school. Like, I remember just feeling so grown up. Just this idea of, like, man, I made it here. I'm an adult now. Well, yeah, I thought I was an adult. Really, I was just a teenager. I can do anything I want. I can walk to the mall and go eat lunch now. I don't have to stay on school property. There was just this level of independence that I felt like I gained, and just immediately thought that I was more grown up, I was wiser, and to a certain extent I was, but like looking back on it in hindsight, man, I still had a lot of growing to do, and it's fine. You go through high school and eventually you'll move on with your life from there, and you will grow up, and you'll get wiser. I don't want to say that you will have all the answers, but you'll have a better understanding of where you want to go. What are your, like, favorite classes to take? And I'll throw this to everybody else. I know there are people here who are not in high school or have finished school. I finished school. I went to college 2 times. The second time I finished in 2009. Some of my favorite subjects in school, I loved English because I got to write, and writing is a passion of mine. I loved gym class because I like to play sports. I loved drama class. I really enjoyed just that experience of playing a role, and it helped me a lot in terms of just being more comfortable talking with other people. Classes I didn't like, I hated calculus. Dude. Like, math I could do well at, but once it got to calculus and you were running, like, formulas and stuff, and parabolas and... ugh, I did really bad. And chemistry I did bad at as well. I just didn't understand the, like, creating all the chemical equations and whatnot. Alright, top 50. I haven't really been going for T-spins. I think the game is moving a little too fast for me. Algebra, visual arts, and physics are my favorites right now. Ooh. That's interesting. You got the arts and the science. Well, the arts and the maths. That's cool. What is your go-to visual art? I used to... oh, geez. I used to enjoy drawing with a pencil. I did a lot of sketches and pencil art until I hit grade 10 in high school, and then at some point I just magically lost my artistic ability. It was weird. I used to be able to draw and, like, sketch things, and it was just so free. And then at a certain point I got to a point where everything I drew was bad in my head. Like, I would draw a single line and be like, nope, this is bad, and then I'd erase it, and I'd try to draw one line again, and it got to a point, like, I couldn't do it anymore. Like, I would be critical of every single line to the point where, like, I just can't draw anything on a page without me just immediately saying, like, this is bad, I just have to stop. And I hope you never get to that point. But yeah, actually just like 2 weeks ago, my wife and I tried spray paint art, and sort of that joy of creating something visual kind of came back to me. It was just this really cool experience of, like, spray painting stars and planets, and I wasn't worried about the techniques and making sure that every single line was exactly where it needed to be. I was just making stuff, and it was fun. And I've missed that. I think being able to do the spray paint art, and I'll show you right after we finish this, like, what I made. And yeah, like, it's not like Van Gogh level or anything, but I enjoyed the process of making it, and I was proud of the end result.
Yeah, right?
Oh, man. Drago the Ripper, thank you so much for the follow. Totally appreciate that. I see your message, Zorobi. This is getting really fast now. So I'm going to try and keep my eyes on the screen, and we'll play this out. Try and get this W here. But yeah, I think creativity is a really weird thing. And just like how liberating it can be and how stifling it can be. Just because certain mediums, like certain creative mediums, like writing, for me, I can write forever. I have a website, inthirdperson.com, that I've been writing about video games in for over a decade now, and I have stuff to write all the time. And I have a feeling that I could keep going for the rest of my life writing that blog, and I'll always have something to say. But, like, drawing, I can't do it. Like, at this point, like, I'm so in my own head that I've been completely stunted in my creativity. Just, oh, top 10! I know this board is a little messy, and we'll see what we can do to clean that up. But, can we get this win, and also... Oh, man, this is not looking good. Oh! Oh, no! No! Drago the Ripper, hello. Thank you for dropping by. I am sorry I didn't get that win for you. Ugh. Let me catch up on these messages here. You like doing sketch art? Great. Thank goodness I didn't get dance or music. I don't think I would survive. Yeah, some people are gonna... There's another thing. I used to make hip-hop beats. I've made hundreds of beats, and there was this stretch where it was all really bad, and there was this stretch that the music I still love to this day, and now when I set up in front of the software, like, I can't do it. I throw down some kicks and some hi-hats, and I'm just like, this is awful, throw it in the garbage, I can't do it anymore. And it's weird, like, I listen to music on the radio now, and, like, I'm like, I can make that. That's no problem. I could do that. And not to say that I would be, like, the next Kanye West or Metro Boomin or anything like that, but yeah, so just sometimes you can get in your own head with your creativity that it just completely stops you from making stuff. And in certain mediums, I've been able to avoid that. Oh, hold on. I wanted to show you some art. So Zorobi. I was just saying the spray paint art that I did. I framed it in the back. So this piece right here with the clouds and the moon in the sky, that I painted on spray paint like 2 weeks ago. And yeah, that was the first time I've like made anything visual in decades, and it was so much fun. And it's not a perfect piece. I can point out all the nitpicky things that I messed up and would improve next time, but it just felt so good to make that thing, and I can't wait to do more of those. But there's a lot that goes into the spray paint art, such as having a well-ventilated room and having the colors for it and making sure the weather is good outside because I have to do this outside, and make sure it's not too cold and not raining and so on and so forth. So, and Drago the Ripper, how you doing today? And again, thank you so much for the follow. And am I alone in that? Is there any sort of like creative pursuits where you used to enjoy it, but for some reason you just have this like mental block where you just can't do that thing anymore? And if you have, like, and if you've overcome it, how did you get around that? And dance, oh man, I am not a good dancer at all. Like, I am at least good enough where if we were in a club and the lights have been dimmed and then there's like flashing lights everywhere, I wouldn't look like a complete idiot. That's about as far as I go. You turn the house lights on and there's no music, or like there's no house lights, there's no flashing lights, I would look terrible. But it's still fun to move your body to the music. It took me a while to like get over that. Like we would go to family parties where there's music and stuff, like at a hall and there's a DJ, and it took me a long time to just be able, yeah, I'm just gonna dance and have fun, whatever. And Ian says, for me, that thing is long-form writing. When I was in high school, I wrote 2 or 3 novel-length texts, and now I don't have it in me for anything much longer than a blog post. I'm also not particularly fond of writing fiction now. Oh, man. Yeah, long-form... Yeah, that's sorry to hear that, Ian. Just like that you used to love writing that length, and now you can't, like... I'm sure, like, part of that is just the logistics of writing long pieces. Like, writing thousands and thousands of words, and that's a process, and you have to go through a ton of drafts in order to get, like, that entire piece down to read just the way you want it to. And... yeah, versus a blog post where you can write and complete a blog post in a couple of minutes. Like, and so, yes, I know some posts take hours, some take lots of drafts, like, oh geez. It's not uncommon for me as a writer, like a blog post, to have 20, 30 drafts of a post. Sometimes there's the post that ends up being 1,000 words that I've iterated on for like 3 months, and it takes 30 drafts before I'm like, that's the one. But then there's also posts where I write a 1,500 word post that comes out in under an hour. Drago the Ripper, hey, I'm all good. How's everybody else? Zorobi says we're doing good. I'm doing well. I'm a little stressed, admittedly. We're playing Tetris 99 in the Invictus mode, which is the mode where only people who have won Tetris 99 can play it. And the blocks go faster. So I normally win at like a 12% rate in regular Tetris 99. And I haven't won yet here. It's just been really hard. We've come close. We got 2 top 10 finishes so far. And I'm hoping we can get 1 before the stream ends. Maybe. I know that's asking for a lot. But we're going to try. So Drago, we've been talking about Tetris. We've been talking about like the mechanics of battle royales and why people like to play these games, even though the majority of people that play them lose every single time. Right now we're just talking about kind of creativity and creative mental blocks. Is there any sort of like creative pursuit that you have pursued in the past that for some reason you just like can't find it in your head to keep going? Like, is there a time, like, maybe you enjoyed drawing, and for some reason, everything you draw now, you just, like, immediately shut down, or just, like, I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. And you just stopped. And yeah, for me, the big ones were drawing and music. And if anybody has overcome that, like, what did you do? I just bring it up because I don't have the answer for that. And I would love to know an answer for that. I think there are certain hobbies of mine that I'd love to pursue again. Like, yeah, I would love to go back to making hip-hop music beats if I just wasn't in my head saying every time I put something down, like, oh, that sound sucks. Oh, I don't... Yeah, I think with music in particular, the big thing is I'm not formally trained in music. I was just kind of like listening to records and seeing like how notes progressed and just putting stuff down that I thought sounded good. And over time I was able to develop some stuff that did. But at a certain point I got to a level where what I wanted to create was above my knowledge in music theory, and I kept using that as a... I kept punishing myself for that, of not knowing the mechanics of, hey, these are these chords, and here's how you progress from here to here to here. And yeah, with drawing, it was just as soon as I would draw a line, I just immediately say like, oh, that's bad, that's off, and stop. Yeah, writing's one that I've always stuck with. Yeah, I think that's the one. Other creative things, like playing video games, like I guess even gaming, which isn't necessarily the same thing as like making something, but I have gone through droughts in video games where I'm just like, I don't want to play anything right now. I don't want to write about video games. There was a stretch of a couple years where I was writing mostly about board games because I was really interested in board games and not that interested in video games. Alright, top 50. Can we... I think we're doing okay right now, but as you guys have seen, things can fall apart really fast in this game. Let's go with that one. We'll go here, bring that down. And yeah, I've been doing way less T-spins. It's just the pace of play and the number of attacks. It's just more me trying to stay alive than worrying about, like, getting this sick T-spin. Although, here we go. Here's an example of sort of that, like, mental block happening in video games. Fighting games. That's one where, like, oh, geez, of course I say that, hey, everything's going well, and then now immediately everything falls apart. Fighting games, you can run into some serious mental blocks of just you hit this, like, skill level plateau, and then all of a sudden everybody's beating you. And you're like, man, I don't know how to overcome this challenge. Like, what is the next thing I need to do to get better so that I can get past this next group of people in the rankings? And it's a challenge. How do you overcome that? Oh, I see. Yeah, whoa, my frames are going wildly inconsistent there. Apologize for anyone watching this. Oh, I guess, yeah. It spiked for a bit. Okay, we should be okay now. That was weird. If you're just tuning in, I'm Jet from inthirdperson.com. Personal look at video games, board games, other nerdy pursuits, Tetris Effect, Invictus mode. It's hard. If you have Tetris 99 and you've won a battle royale, you can access this mode. If you haven't yet, keep working on it. You will eventually... You've got to win at least one, and then you can play this mode, which has been a little soul-crushing, to be honest. I think I'm used to, when we play this game on stream, I'm normally getting top 10. I'm winning at least one game per stream. And right now, it's been tough. We've got top 10 twice. Like, we finished in the 90s. Any thoughts on the SNES Switch now? Because I love... I think it's great. Like, first off, thanks for the question. And everybody, feel free to chime in. SNES games on the Switch, I think, are a great addition to that service. Like, people have been wanting more retro games on the Nintendo Switch, and they've done... Nintendo hasn't done a great job of doling those out at a good enough pace to keep up with player demand. Like, the NES stuff, they trickle out one or two games at a time, and it's generally not the games you want to see, or games we've seen on other, like on Virtual Console or the NES Classic. getting 20 games at once on the SNES is really nice. I think just get that nice big hit, get Super Mario World, get, what's it called? Oh, not Ocarina of Time. A Link to the Past, all in one shot. Stunt Race Effects is a really nice touch. Not the greatest game, but it's another quirky game from Nintendo's history that I thought was doomed to never return, and it came back, and that as part of this service, and that's a nice touch. But I did read, and so I did read that, I read this from Reddit. Apparently it came out in Japan that Nintendo will not be releasing those old games at a regular schedule anymore. So that gives me a great cause for concern that they're just going to trickle out these games again, and that the SNES, like what we have now, is what we are going to be stuck with for a while. And that's concerning. What games in particular, Zerobi, like, are you most excited for? And I'm guessing based on the fact that you're... Hey, Games Revolution Inc. Hola! I was actually just talking about you, a little while earlier. Zerobi... Oh, let's apologize for the frame dips here. My internet is going really crazy. Uh-oh. Yeah, so apologize for the frame... Wow, it is going nuts. Yeah, Games Revolution Inc. I was just talking about you earlier because Zerobi in the chat went on vacation in Mexico. And I was like, hey, I know someone from Mexico. My friends and I were enjoying Kirby's Dream Course, even though we have no idea how to play it for a bit. Yeah, that's a really interesting, quirky one in, like, Nintendo's history. And they never made another one like that. So it's nice for that to come back. Oh, man, hold on. For some reason, my... Yeah, apologies, guys. The frame rate's going nuts right now. Like, the connection's going nuts right now. It's vacillating between levels that should be way too high and, like, nothing. Not sure what that is. I'll have to sort that out later. And just realizing now, like, Zerobi, you weren't around at the time when those Super Nintendo games came out, right? So this is this your first time playing those Super Nintendo games? Like, I'm old enough that I grew up with those at the time, but I'd imagine that there's a sizable portion of the audience that never played those Super Nintendo games when they came out, and this is your way of trying out that era of gaming, and a lot of that stuff still holds up. So yeah, Games Revolution Inc., how you doing this morning? Well, how are you doing today? Oh, I know you're, like, in the same general time zone as me. How are you doing this morning? Okay, this is not looking great for me. But let's try and turn this around. We can still do some stuff. We can still do some stuff. Like that. Okay. Bring it down just a little bit. Oh no, that might have been a huge mistake. Okay, can we open up that? If we can open up this hole, yes. There we go. Oh no! Oh man, it didn't spin the way I wanted it to. Okay, that's fine. Alright, top 20, let's go! And Zerobi, I see your messages. It's getting a little hectic right now. I will answer those in a second. In the meantime, pray for me. We're gonna hold on as best we can. We did almost die and we came back, so let's try and get this down. And I see you've messaged about the SNES. Everybody else, like, what what game in the SNES on that SNES lineup are you most excited to play or play again? Play for the first time or play again? Uh-oh, here we go. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Yeah, we're dead here. Ah! Top 10 though. Top 10. And the Dark Blue Cat streamer can't play Invictus and reach chat at the same time. SMH. LOL, Invictus. Top 10 doesn't mess around. No, it does not. And then Zerobi says, the only SNES games I've played before the service were Mario RPG.
Yeah, right.
And Moldy Clam, thank you so much for the follow. Truly appreciated. Let me catch up here. So you've played Super Mario RPG and Super Metroid and you love them. Those are both phenomenal games. Some of the best games ever made. I'm very bad at Super Metroid. I've never gotten very far in that, but Super Mario RPG is a mind-blowing game that I've beaten. It took me a long time to beat it, but I did beat it. And it's amazing. Ian says, I think I mentioned this on Twitter, but I want to actually beat A Link to the Past. I was never able to beat it as a kid. And Zerobi says, Moldy Clam with the hearts, thank you so much. Shout outs to you. Thank you for dropping by. Thank you so much for the follow. Let's catch up on these messages here. A Link to the Past, that's a tough game. That is really a tough game. It's a brilliant game where let me flip the camera here. Let's talk a little bit. I also need a moment to breathe because Tetris 99 is nuts. A Link to the Past is really tough. Once you get to the part where it's flipping between the light world and the dark world, that broke my brain. That's like, I remember beating it, but I think I messed up. Like, I remember borrowing it from a friend and I got to that part and I don't remember beating all the dungeons, but I remember playing a later save and I fought Ganon on his save, the final boss, and I beat that. So I technically have not beaten A Link to the Past properly, but I have seen the ending and stuff. And it should be a game that I play at some point because it's phenomenal. Dark Blue Cat says, yeah, I grew up with the SNES. It's still the best console IMO. Dark Blue Cat says, you think? I didn't think A Link in the Past was that bad. Zelda 2, on the other hand. And Player Pixel says hello. Alright, so I'm trying to keep... You guys keep chatting. This is awesome. Dark Blue Cat, I was, I don't know, like 10 or 11 when A Link to the Past, when I played it. And I struggled with it really bad. Like, I've beaten, since then, I've beaten Ocarina of Time, I've beaten Twilight Princess, Breath of the Wild. Maybe if I revisited A Link to the Past, I could take it out more easily, but at the time, I wasn't ready to do it in full. Zelda 2, you are right. Zelda 2 is a monster of a game. That game is crazy hard. I have no idea what I'm doing, where I'm supposed to go. It's wildly obtuse. And I mean, if you exclude the CDI games, I think Zelda 2 is the worst one. And Player Pixel, hello, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome back, and we're playing Invictus mode, and dude, it's way harder than regular Tetris 99. Yeah, I was probably in middle school when A Link to the Past came out, so yeah, I was probably a bit older. Yeah, Zelda 2 is terrible. Let's talk through those games that are in there on that list and our experiences with them. I don't have the... I think I deleted a screenshot of those games on my phone. We'll talk about those, like, after this game. If you guys remember them off the top of your head, like, let's keep talking. But yeah, thinking about that now, like A Link to the Past and that light world, dark world thing, and having two worlds overlaid on top of each other and connected in all these weird ways. From a game design perspective, that must have been a nightmare. Having to come up with all those touch points, and this point takes you over here, and we're gonna make the... Still breaks my brain. And, like, no one's really done that since. Not off the top of my head. Like, not to that scale. I know certain games, like Titanfall 2, sort of has that sort of like time skip mechanic and like the world is different in the present and the past, but why is Pilot Wings so difficult? Yeah, that's another one. I actually have never played the original Pilot Wings. I've played Pilot Wings 64, and that one's a challenge too. And it feels weird because they're not asking you for a lot. It's like, fly this glider to this target on the ground. And it's way more challenging than it should be. Player Pixel says, Invictus mode is Tetris 99 on drugs. Yes. Yes, it is. Have you won Invictus mode yet? I have not. I've played almost all of my games in Invictus mode on stream just now. We finished top 10 3 times, and the highest we've placed is 4th. But man, it is no joke. I think Invictus mode is hard for 2 reasons. One, the people are way better, making the round twice as long, and the max speed is instant drop. Yes, you are exactly right. The instant drop is tough because it can limit the mobility you have in your pieces as they're dropping. I haven't yet to do it. I've gotten in top 10 almost every game. Okay, that's something. Getting top 10 almost every game is definitely an achievement. Like, I've finished in the 90s on stream like multiple times now, where just things completely immediately fell apart for me. And also, we have the wrong camera up right now. Jeez. Sorry, rookie mistakes. I apologize for that. You love the new challenges. Oh yeah, the daily quests. So yeah, you can get tickets to unlock skins like this Zelda one. I hope they have enough skins in the pipeline so that people don't get bored and they have stuff to unlock all the time. I did the win with less than 3 KOs one yesterday. Nice. Yeah, this has been... It's been tough. But we're going through it, and I think I will probably, in my personal time, probably play this mode more than the regular one. I actually have some stuff, like, I have some Tetris 99 related events for Extra Life coming up in the near future. But I'll be playing regular Tetris 99 and not Invictus mode, and you'll understand why when I announce it. I'll be announcing it in the next few weeks. I do think Invictus mode is going to get easier in a week. Maybe. We'll see if people, like, drop off, or if people just get acclimated to how tough it can be, like the speed and stuff. And Zerobi says, I haven't played the updated Tetris 99 yet, but I gotta check it soon. It's great. They've added... Having the skins and the daily quests definitely gives you reason to go back and play the game beyond just come back for the Maximus Cup and unlock the one skin, which I think they're still going to do. They're still going to be promotional-only skins. I dislike how much longer the round takes. And Drago the Ripper says, I haven't played Tetris 99 since it came out. Ah! That's interesting. So... Drago the Ripper. Well, what is it about Tetris 99 that, like, you bounced off of? You have the OG skins now. Nice. Yeah, that Game Boy skin and the... Yeah, the Splatoon Fire Emblem ones. I want to unlock all of them. Uh-oh. Zerobi, lucky. Thank you. And then Player Pixel says something. I will get back to you in like 2 seconds. Oh, we got like an unintentional T-spin set up there. But we're gonna have to block that off. This is getting really bad. Like, really bad. Okay. Can we... If I can just open up that gap, and now if we can just stay alive long enough to get the right piece down there, and I know I'm messing some other stuff along the way. Okay, that gives us a little more breathing room. I know I'm blocking it. I know I'm blocking it even more, and we're probably toast. Oh, come on. Okay. Okay. Come on, jet comeback. Okay, we got this. We got this, guys. There. Alright. Can we get top 10? Okay. No! Oh, whew! Really lucky there. Climbed the ladder. That block. Okay. 11. Alright. Top 10. Top 10. Let's go! And we got a KO there. Nice, we got 3 KOs. I apologize about the chat. I will pick that up in a second. But we got to get this W, right? Oh man, we are getting attacked really hard right now. Okay, get off my case. Oh no! Oh, that was a really bad drop. Like, not game ending just yet. Oh, now it is. Oh! GG's. GG's. Oh. That sucks, man. That sucks. We were so close. Yeah, we were talking about SNES games. I had the list on my phone. Let me... I recently deleted that picture. I can find it, and we can talk about some of those games on there. Here we go. If you get top 10 of Invictus, it's pretty much a win in regular mode. You're scoring pretty consistently in the top 10 at least. Thank you, Ian. Thank you guys for the support. Free SNES games with online. Yes! That's why I was just pulling up the list on my phone. We can talk about them here. Oh, you can't see the screen because of the lights. Some of the games, I'll just throw out like a little tidbit on each one as we go through. And feel free to chime in with your thoughts on these games as well. Brawl Brothers. I've heard that game is trash. I've never played it, but fine. I've heard there's a bunch of Jalico stuff on here, just to kind of fill things out. Breath of Fire, that's a really cool RPG from, I believe it's Capcom. I've never played it, heard some great things about it. Nice that it's part of the collection. Free online with every copy of A Link to the Past and Super Metroid. Yeah, that's one way to spin it. Player Pixel says, I tried a single round of Mario Kart and I liked it. Oh, okay. So, Player Pixel, have you never played the original Mario Kart before? Is this, like, are we... Hold on. So let me look at this list. I'm going to pull out some copies. We'll do a little show and tell here. Give me a second. I'm going to be talking in the background while we do this. You've never played it. Okay. Give me a second. I'm going to my shelf. I'm going to grab some games that are on this list. Okay, so Super Mario World is on here. Donkey Kong Country is not, right? So Super Mario World. Super Metroid. I think I may have overstated how many of these games actually have. You're gonna hear a lot of crashing and stuff falling over. I'm gonna have to clean that up later. Star Fox is on this list? No. I'm back. Alright. That's a power move, right? Finish Zelda Link to the Past 2 hours. 2 hours ago, so I'm an OG gamer. The translation thing really comes in clutch. Alright, so Super Mario Kart. And the reason I went back, I have a copy of that. I have the physical version of Super Mario Kart. This is not the original copy I had back in the day. We were talking about it yesterday. My house got robbed years ago. They stole all my Super Nintendo stuff, all my Nintendo 64 stuff, and I started collecting stuff back up. This one I actually got at an EB Games, which is now GameStop, for $5. Like, this is during the GameCube the GameCube PS2 era, and they just wanted to get rid of the SNES games. And so yeah, for $5 I got classic Mario Kart here. And I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I can't remember who this was. Oh, Player Pixel? I can't play Puyo Puyo without it translated. Yeah, that's rough. Although, yeah, I have Puyo Puyo Tetris in Japan, actually. I can grab that from the shelf. But yeah, reading the menus in the Japanese games when you play those, it's tough. Yeah, Mario Kart, revolutionary game. It really, like, created a whole genre of racing game, and, like, it's wildly popular now. I don't think this one's aged particularly well. I think when we talk about the pantheon of Mario Kart games, I think this is in the lower half. I think my fundamental issue with it is it's really hard to look at. Like, it's not ugly, but the way that the textures are set up, it's very seizure inducing. It's hard to look at. And just the textures on the ground, they've done a lot of stuff to kind of fix that effect, but like when you're in like Bowser's Castle and you see all those bricks and they're like scaling around, like it's really hard to look at, and I get dizzy playing the original Mario Kart. But they have some classic courses on here. It's got the battle mode. It's also really hard. Trying to beat all of the cups in this game is insane. Not impossible, but the computer at the highest level is pretty much perfect. So anything less than that and you will lose. Some of the other games on this list, F-Zero, I don't have a physical copy of that, but I have it on Wii U Virtual Console and SNES Classic. I personally prefer F-Zero X, but that's still a good game. Kirby's Dream Course is cool. Joe and Mac 2, Lost in the Tropics, I've never played that. Stunt Race Effects, I don't have that. That's a really cool game. It probably hasn't aged well, but the fact that they got the polygons working in a racing game was kind of cool. Also on that list, Star Fox. That one. This is one of the reasons I got an SNES. That eventually pushed me over the tipping point. Toys R Us in my area had a Star Fox demo machine, and I played this first level over and over and over again. And when I finally got an SNES, it was packed in with Super Mario World and Star Fox. And so I've played this game to death, and I love it so much. What the heck is a Joe and Mac, and why is that in the roster? And you love Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Yeah, Joe and Mac, I think it's a platforming game. There's a bunch of games from Jaleco in here, which are not the best. It just kind of gets them to 20. And Super Ghouls and Ghosts, those games are really hard. I can't play them. I am not a true gamer because I can't like beat the first level of those things. They're really tough. Super Earth Defense Force is on here. Super Mario Kart, Super Mario World, Super Metroid, another one, like an all-time classic game, arguably the best game in the series. Some would say the best game of all time. I wouldn't necessarily go that far. But yeah, I own like 3 copies of this game. I've bought it like on the Wii U Virtual Console, and I have it on the SNES Classic as well. I always get lost in these games. Even though they have maps, the mapping system I find confusing in this one. I always get lost in every Metroid game. So I've never actually made it very far in Super Metroid. But I do love the series. Metroid Prime is the one that I got farthest in. And so I'm really excited for Metroid Prime 4 on the Switch when that comes out eventually. Super Puyo Puyo 2, that one's in Japanese. Super Soccer, Super Tennis, like, they're fine. And A Link to the Past, which we've talked about a lot. That one's a really cool game as well. And one of the best of all time. Arguably the best Zelda game ever. The Direct that announced SNES games was an amazing Direct. Ooh, okay. I've seen, and Drago the Ripper says, I finished the Arcade Ghouls so many times, so this version of the game feels easier. Dude, you are, man, you've just got like, you're like video, oh man, I'm trying, yeah, your video game muscles are just like beast mode. Congratulations to you, man. We got Sans and Smash. Yes, we did. Yeah, we'll do like 1 or 2 more games. And then I've got to get going. But it's been awesome hanging out with you guys. Let's try and get a win before we go. And yeah, tell me about the Direct. What did you guys think? I don't think I've seen anyone say it was a bad Direct. But I have seen people vary from this was an amazing Direct to it was an okay Direct. I think that the biggest reveals were unfortunately spoiled beforehand. Like, I bet Overwatch was supposed to be the final announcement, and because that got leaked in advance, they had to bump it to the front. Because, like, why would you use a Xenoblade remaster from the Wii as your final announcement? Like, you wouldn't. Overwatch is absolutely worthy of being that final announcement. But it got leaked, and they're just like, alright, let's just get this out of the way, because as a finale now, when people know what's coming, it just loses its impact. Player Pixel says it had a lot of news for things that come out next month. This is true. There is a lot of stuff that they announced that's coming in the near future. And stuff that we didn't even know about that's coming out really soon as well. So that's great. My wallet is going to be super sad with all the Switch games to pick up. Like, I'll absolutely be picking up Link's Awakening. I'll be picking up Luigi's Mansion. I'll be picking up Overwatch. We'll probably be streaming Overwatch. Overwatch is a game that I go back to. Like, that's a regular rotation game for me. And we may switch to streaming the Switch version full-time. Definitely on the okay side of the Direct, because not enough really impressed me. Just SNES and the Smash info. Yeah, I think, like, Directs are never going to please everybody, because everyone has different interests, and they can only cover so much in these Directs that it's, for certain audiences, you're just not going to get a lot out of it. So I hear you on that. SNES games is definitely a win. I was concerned that they were going to charge more. Like, hey, if you want the version of this service with SNES games, we're going to charge $1 a month more or something like that. And I'm glad they didn't do that. Kirby Clash was also a nice surprise. This is true. I haven't had a chance to play that yet, or even download it. If you guys have played it, let me know if it's any good or worth trying out. For me, I know it got leaked. The big one's going to be Overwatch, just because that's a game I love and have been begging to see on the Switch since I really got into it. And being able to play that game on the Switch handheld is going to be amazing. I've been playing Paladins on Switch primarily because Overwatch isn't on the Switch. And no shade at Paladins. Paladins is a great game. But I really wanted to play Overwatch on the Switch, and now we can do that. And Player Pixel says it's fun, but it has that mobile game energy. Okay, I hear you on that. Is it one of those? Oh, geez, that was terrible. Kirby Clash is really worth. Okay. Let's do like well, we'll play to like 11 o'clock my time. Then we'll chat for a bit and wrap it up. My wife and I've got some stuff to do today. We are playing some mini golf. before it gets too cold. Now we've got some errands to run. But again, thank you guys for all hanging out with me. Drago the Ripper, Player Pixel, Zerobi, Adventure Rules, Player to Start. Moldy Clam, thank you so much again for the follow. Dragon the Ripper, thank you for the follow as well. And I apologize that I have not been able to win, but we're trying. We're trying really hard. One of these days we will do it. Is your time zone Eastern time? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And yeah, so when I say, like, good morning, good night, I need to stop doing that, because people watch this from all over the world. We've had people drop by from Europe, people come by from Mexico, from Australia even. Like, that's the craziest thing, like, streaming, and I'll be streaming at... Oh, man, this is terrible. We're just gonna restart. We'll scratch that. That doesn't count. Dude, no one is gonna blame you for no Invictus wins. The game mode is hard as hell. Yeah, I hear you. I mean, the coolest thing for me... Well, one of the coolest things about streaming is when I'm streaming, like, evening my time, and someone from Europe or somewhere on the other side of the world is like, dude, it's like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. But they're still watching, and they stay up till like insanely late to watch this channel. And that's really cool that someone would enjoy this that much, that they stay up late to watch the stream. Oh, Drago the River from Africa. Dude, that's amazing. I don't know if I've had... No, we haven't had anyone identify themselves from Africa yet. This is a first. Let me hit that air horn for you. First time. Congratulations. That is your award. Whereabouts in Africa are you from? Like, what country in Africa? That's amazing. Sometimes I watch streams at night when I can't sleep. Ah, I hear you. Yeah, I totally get that. Like, just the entertainment, and like sometimes you just need the noise, or you want to watch someone play that game or partake in the chat. Like, for me, when there's a stream that I really enjoy, or like, I think in particular, like, the people behind it, when I really enjoy the people behind the stream, like, I don't even care what game they're playing. I will tune in and watch and enjoy the chat and try and learn about the game and that they're playing, and sometimes even that doesn't matter. It's just like, I want to be in this room and hang out with these people because I enjoy their company that much. South Africa. All right, cool. All right, so my question then for you is that if I were traveling to South Africa, what are the, like, things that I need to see when I get there? Like, give me the quick, like, tourist guide to South Africa. What am I trying to see? And for the record, I'm in Canada. So yeah, we are, like, almost as far as can be. But my wife is from Hold on. Oh, man, that's a really interesting story there. Your wife is from LA. Ooh. That's a big jump. Let me try and settle this down here. Oh, man, that was a really bad drop on that L piece. Your wife is from LA, so I travel too much. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's a really long flight from South Africa to LA. Huh, that's interesting. Like, how... So, you live in South Africa, your wife's from LA. How did you two meet? Like, how does someone from South Africa meet someone from LA? What's the story? Tell me your love story. I think my love story is pretty cool with my wife, but we weren't that far apart. Yeah, my wife and I met in college, and she lived Like a half-hour drive. Well, she was in res at the time. So yeah, like a half an hour to an hour from where I was. So the distance wasn't that bad. Fire chat, you gotta learn how to T-spin, man. Dude, I know how to T-spin. It's really fast right now, and when the board gets messy and things go really fast, you just kind of go with what you know. And I am not comfortable in Invictus mode speed right now. But thank you for dropping by. When I feel comfortable doing the T-spin, I will do the T-spin. And that, see, right there, I just got... Alright. Let's clean this up as best we can, and we will go from there. But for now... Generally speaking, though, yes, T-spins would be... Being able to do T-spins at this speed would be a great way for me to get better. I agree in that regard. But right now, I'm just trying to keep my head above the water. In light of the circumstances that have occurred here. As you can see, my board is rather messy. Okay, there we go. Okay, can we bring this down? Uh-oh. That was an unforced error there. Not a great drop. I see some more messages coming up. I will answer those shortly. Okay, can we clean this up? Player Pixel, I'm going to be mega impressed if you win Invictus without using T-spin. I hope I can get some T-spins in here. It's just right now I am not comfortable with the way this board is playing out. And generally speaking, I haven't been comfortable with the speed. Because you guys have seen me do T-spins and stuff. Like, I could have done one right there, but I'm just trying to get this clean. And yeah, with practice, I will get more comfortable with being able to set up T-spins at the speed, but I'm just not there right now. And that was not a great drop, because now that hole is blocked even more. Can we get that piece over the hill? There we go. Alright. Okay. Run it. Run it. Oh no, it didn't rotate. Uh-oh. 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 Okay. Hold on. Not... Okay. I see your message. I will answer that as soon as I can. Almost top 20, though. There. There we go. T-spin. It's not that I can't do them. I'm just not comfortable doing them in this moment. Okay. Oh, geez. That was really bad. Okay, this is not liking this hand right now in terms of the blocks that are dropping. Yeah, none of these are fitting particularly well. Hey, there we go. There's another T-spin for you. Yeah, those ones are weird. I don't understand why T-spin triggers on that. Stuff like that. We are running really hot here. Come on, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. Let's go with that. Save that line for later. No! And we're done. Technically not. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Hang in there. Hang in there. Okay. Please. Please. No! Well, then it's still a mod of Tetris. He's done it. He did it. Now, has your life improved after you did this T-spin? I don't know how to set up a T-spin for Tetris, for my Tetris life. OMG. Poggers, yeah, he had hope. GG, that was amazing. Thank you. Yeah, T-spins. I understand that they are very important to a game of Tetris. I've won regular Tetris 99 without T-spins. I think I could win actual like Invictus mode without T-spins. It's just about getting comfortable with putting the blocks in the spots to create those setups. And at this point in time, like, I am not comfortable enough in my T-spin game to just go for them at that speed. So I revert back, and it's just about getting the pieces to fit the way I'd want them to fit. And at some point, with practice, I will get to a point where I can T-spin regardless of speed, but I am not there today. The translation makes them teaspoons. I should change that. There's ways of adjusting the translation tool so that it will actually say T-spin instead of teaspoon. Okay, there we go. It said T-spin properly there. It's just the way I pronounced it that it didn't like. So, all right, guys, I need to get going. I've been super stressed out. I need to rest at the very least. Like this is melting my brain. But thank you so much to everybody that dropped by. Player Pixel, Waterfirecraft, I believe that's how I pronounce that name. Thank you for dropping by. Zerobi, Adventure Rules, Player 2 Start. Everybody that dropped by again. Moldy Clam, thank you so much for the follow. Drago the Ripper, thank you for the follow. Waterfirecraft was taken. Anyway, see ya. Thank you. Take care. And yeah, make sure to follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at InThirdPerson. I will post when I'm going live next. Next time I stream is probably... It's going to be a bit of a gap. I'm really busy this week. I think it's Thursday with Fire Emblem, and I'll try and come back this weekend with Tetris 99 or something else. But best bet, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I post the schedule Monday morning. I'll update the schedule below in the Twitch chat as well. Thank you guys for dropping by. My name is Jet. And if you're looking for other stuff, if you're looking for a good read, check out my website, inthirdperson.com. I update it with like gaming stuff every single day. And there's a lot of articles there. I got a lot of stuff queued up for the next month or so. So give that a look as well. All right, I'm going to go catch my breath and enjoy the rest of the day. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day as well. Take care, and we out of here. Bye-bye.